All right, so for those of you who don't know, I'm Brooke's older sister, Brittany. Like Matt did, I wanted to thank our parents as well as Patty for helping Brooke and Dan celebrate tonight. It's been a long road to get here. So I want to keep this fairly short and sweet so we can get to the good part, the food and dancing. Also, this is my Maid of Honor speech 2.0. So some of you may recognize a few lines. Brooke is a strong person and she speaks up for what she wants and what is right. I admire her for that, and people usually think that she's the older sister, and I say it's because of my youthful good looks, but no. It's because of her powerful personality. Before there was a Brooke and Dan and I had a friendship that started in high school, so I feel especially honored to see two of my best friends share the rest of their lives together. I couldn't have picked a better man for Brooke, and I did pick Dan. So I urged Dan to dance with Brooke at the opulent bar of Side Street in Mohawk. And they ultimately began their relationship. So I've been witness to it from day one and have loved seeing them be there for each other and for me throughout all of life's ups and downs. I'm excited for this next chapter of your life, and I'm honored to be part of it. I love you both and wish you a lifetime of happiness. So to conclude, I wanted to do a toast in Dan Skinner style, different than the first speech. So, may you live a life of happiness and grow to be as old as your jokes.
The fortune I would find, a peace deep in my bones.
Seriously, though, everybody looks fantastic. It's awesome to be here. We appreciate you guys being back out. And where's Mark? There you are. Mark, George, thank you guys, not only for this weekend, but the last, Dan and Brooke wedding and everything that you guys have, everything that you guys have done. It's been a long road to get here, and throughout this extra wedding planning time, I was really able to see how much Brooke and my mom are similar, right? They crazy focus on detail, organized planning. It's incredible, right? So, Brooke, as your first gift from me, I'm officially giving you the Kohl's Cash phone calls from my mom. So now you're officially family. You got the calls.
I've got $20 in my purse.
You guys are gonna love it. You're welcome. On a serious note, it's that attention to detail that's made you just such a wonderful addition to the family, and you're thoughtful and everything you do has a personal touch, and we love you and we're happy to have you. Yeah, Dan, Diesel, Skin Tiki, as the boys call him. I'm gonna go light on you for now. Just wait. No, I'm honest. I'm so honored to be up here, and proud of the man that you've become. And damn it, okay. I know Dad would be proud too. Right. So I say it all the time, and I think everybody thinks I'm joking, but I'm serious. It's kind of like a joke, but I'm being real. Dan you're who I want to be when I grow up. They're amazing. So, for anybody who doesn't know, the treehouse it was a bachelor pad in its prime, the ultimate bachelor pad. The mailman's leaving the mail on a keg when you walk in the door, type of place. And for Dan and Brooke's second date, Dan's a very old school, old soul, chivalrous guy, and he wanted to cook Brooke dinner, right? So Brooke gets over there, but Dan, also not new school with his technology, didn't have his ringer on, so Brooke's trying to call him hey, I'm here. Dan doesn't answer text. Somehow she's brave enough to walk into this treehouse, which is terrifying, right? Especially for a single woman. And figures out, navigates the treehouse, gets up to the kitchen where Dan is, and Dan is dancing and singing Whitney Houston with his back turned. and cooking dinner.
I remember that.
Yeah. I mean, he did walk into Whitney Houston, and I just heard Mariah Carey, so there's things I'm learning, right? my best friend, I had no idea that 90s pop was his thing or whatever. Sorry, Brooke stayed, thank God. Sure, it was a great dinner, and that story resonates with me, not because Brooke was brave and not because Dan loves Whitney Houston, but because when I walk in their house today, it looks the same as their second date. Dan is cooking, there's happiness, there's music, and like, what a wonderful life you guys have built. And so happy for you, and congratulations. Love you.
So, welcome, Brooke and Dan, to your wedding day. It's not quite when you envisioned when you started planning for this 3 years ago, but who knew the world was so connected, and connected by our very breath, for better and for worse. So here you are together, standing next to the person you're about to marry on this, your intended wedding day, October 16th, 2020.
Yes.
I mean June 4th, 2021. I mean May 14th, 2022. Here we are. So should anyone here not know it, we had a legal wedding on a cool autumn afternoon on October 16th, 2020 on the lawn of Brooke's parents' house. So there was a circle of intimates gathered to recognize and celebrate the marriage of Dan and Brooke, with vows exchanged and rings shared and forms signed. All of that is now gone and behind you. So months later, here we are today, May 14th, 2022, with people you love in this place you have both waited for what seems a lifetime.
A hand should slip free. I'll wait for you. Should I fall behind, wait for me.
Why don't we all stand to the right?
We swore we traveled, now side by side. We help each other stay in stride. But each lover's steps fall so
Dan, I honestly didn't know where to start when I decided that this time around it'd be a great idea to write our own vows. I know you're shocked. Me, at a loss for words. How often has that ever happened? I mean, after almost 9 years together, there's just so much to cover. But as I promised, I'll keep it short for you. We've made so many memories over the years, some good, some bad, but we have learned to take the bad and turn them into good, and taken the good and turned them into great. The night you proposed, I had cried and cried to my mom on my way home from work. You were never going to propose. I've been waiting 6 years. Wallace and I were going to have to move back to Winfield. And she just kept saying, stop worrying, it'll happen. Dan loves you and Wallace. So when you got home and decided the night before our annual wine weekend was the perfect time to mow the lawn, I was less than enthused. And then when you sent Wallace in with a rock in his mouth, you were really working on my last nerve. Until I realized it was a really weird looking rock, and obviously I said yes. And even if it may not have gone as romantically as you had planned out in your head, it was perfect. You have been my rock through my troubles, my cheerleader through all of my triumphs. You have suffered through 4 years of college, work, and wedding planning with me. You have been supportive and at times a small, maybe medium-sized thorn in my side. We have built the most beautiful life, beautiful home, and have raised 2 very mischievous Goldens together. With you, I know that no matter what comes our way, we will go through it together. And make sure you mark this down in your calendar. Matt, Dan, as Bruce said, if one of us should fall behind, we will wait for the other. I love you, and I can't wait for the second chapter of our life to start.
It's very nice, Brooke.
Yours are longer. There's bullets?
Thank you. You're gonna hear it in like 10 seconds. See this? That is Brooke. You're always snooping. Brooke, when you said you wanted to write your own vows, I began to research traditional wedding vows for inspiration. But the more I thought about it, the more I realized what you'd really want me to promise. First, and maybe most importantly, I promise to let our children love Harry Potter just as much as Syracuse basketball. I promise to learn how to load the dishwasher. I promise to feed you snacks when you're hangry. I promise to turn the heat on even if I think you should just put on a sweatshirt. And finally, I promise that I'll try not to stress about your laundry piles as much. I think you expected that, but seriously, Brooke, I couldn't have a better partner in this thing called life. You're my entire world. I love you and I always will love you, no matter where our story takes us, in sickness and in health, for rich or poor, as long as I'm alive. And I'd be remiss if I also didn't quote Springsteen. Brooke, when you need me, call my name, because without you, my life just wouldn't be the same. If you want me, come sunny skies or rain. When you need me, just call my name. And when this dirty world has been cold to you, I've always got two strong arms waiting to hold you. And when those mean days come along, we'll stand together and we'll take them on. So when you need me, just call my name.
Get loud and make some noise for the bride and groom, Mr. and Mrs. Dan Skinner!
But those of you who do know me know that I have nothing prepared for this speech. So I would just like to thank everyone for coming, and I'd like to thank Patty Skinner for making this possible, and everyone else who did the work, and the photographers and the DJ. I'd like to thank all of those people, and I'd like to thank Dan for picking Brooke, and Brooke for picking Dan, and they are quite an amazing couple when they work together, and they will have the rest of their lives to do so. So that's pretty much it. So thank everyone for coming, and enjoy the night.
To family, looking in your eyes, and I feel that I could stay a while. taking all we planned and building it up again.
Brooke, I give you this ring.
Brooke, I give you this ring.
You can look at her when you say it.
I just don't want to. I don't want to drop it.
As a sign of my love and faithfulness.
As a sign of my love and faithfulness.
With as much love.
And with as much love.
As that October afternoon in 2020.
As that October afternoon in 2020.
All right. Dan, I give you this ring again.
Dan, I give you this ring again.
As a sign of my love.
As a sign of my love.
And as a sign of my faithfulness.
And as a sign of my faithfulness.
Okay. So it is my honor now to pronounce you, Mr. and Mrs. Skinner, as already married.
And I won't carry you up, never let you go, never letting go.